Welcome back to Airstream Design with SketchUp. I have a model we're going to work on in this instruction sent in by Ferguson, and a particular problem he was having, which I'm sure some of you who are working on designs will have the same problem from time to time, so felt this made for the next good lesson. What I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to click on this front section he has here and delete it or hide it so it's out of the way. I think I'll actually just delete it for now. Okay, so I can move in and work on the end cap section. Sometimes what happens in SketchUp, when you use the tools, it will draw in the shape but leave out areas. And what is required when you get the areas left out is you just have to go in and draw in the shapes manually, a line or triangle at a time. So I'm going to work on his design doing that. I'm going to push on the L key to get the pencil or line tool. You can see I'm come down where the angle changes here and come up and connect, and it fills in. What will help you when you're working on drawing and filling it is if you go up and click on View, Hidden, it will show you in dotted lines where all the basic geometric shapes are that are making up your form, and oftentimes this will help in filling in the shapes that are missing. Now you notice that one did not pop in the shape, and it's a good one to show because if you look in close you'll notice there's actually an extra segment in here. Let's see what's causing it. Maybe if I get rid of this line, either part of it will delete or more than I want. It looks like that's going to work okay. So now I should be able to come back and start to fill that shape in. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to work my way around. Now also I notice there's a line here and that hasn't filled in. I'm going to delete on it, click on it and delete it, redraw the line to make sure the points are in the right place, and it still may not fill in. Now, so sometimes what you have to do is add in a diagonal line which will fill the space, and then you can come back and sometimes eliminate that line afterwards. In this case, no. So what it means is that shape has to be drawn with two triangles rather than the rectangular shape. So we'll just go about doing that. Same thing's going to happen with this one. So it's a matter of just going back and filling in by hand, again drawing a line at a time to fill in the shape to complete the model. Same thing should happen up here. Let's see what we get up here. Now I'm going to have to run my pencil tool or line tool across this till I get the green dot and line pops in that tells me that that will fill in. So I'm just going to spend some time filling this in and seeing what problems might arise as I'm filling it in, because sometimes when you're filling in by hand, some special situations will arrive that will cause you to find a solution. And so, see what happened. You can see most of these are filling in quite quickly and easily. Why SketchUp decides to leave out some of the fill-in shapes is a good question. Don't know the answer to that. This looks like it might be an interesting situation because we've got part of a shape in here. So actually what I think I'll do is I'll just come from this connection and make this one a little shorter. Yeah, that should work. Oh, I either missed or we're going to have to add an extra line on this one. I think we're going to have to add an extra line. And it looks like we're going to fill in this as well. Okay, so you can see what I was talking about. Every once in a while you'll hit something. Now that one jumped right in. But you just work. Filling in the shapes. This time I'm just going to go across this way because it looks like I'm probably going to have to do that. What happens is when you start having to draw triangles rather than the rectangular shapes, it's because this is really a bent shape. It's not a flat shape, and that has to be completed in order to make the area fill in, because it's really a compound shape, not a simple shape. Now on this one, again, if you just kind of look at what's here, generally you can kind of figure out what to do. And I would say probably what's going to take care of this is a series of triangles. That was nice. That whole thing filled in at once. Sometimes just drawing over a line will fill in a space. So that's another technique that you can use to do the work. It looks like we got a little extra piece here. So I'm going to zoom in, and I could either get rid of that, or if I want that to be part of the shape, and I think I'll do that just so you can see. If I were now to come and draw to this point, where those, because I can see that's a triangular shape, you can see I'm going to get another series of triangles there, and that becomes a shape that is maybe the best one that I want. We'll see when we get done here. So we could just go over on the other side here and start with this and fill these shapes in as well. Since we saw that on the other side, I'm not going to take the time to do that right now. I'll just show you here. Now is the finished area. I'm going to go back up to View, get rid of Hidden, go over to Styles. Make sure that I'm on the one the model is, and I do that by clicking on this little house shape and Edit, and I'm going to turn off all lines. Close that, and next I'm going to hit the Soften, and I'm going to click this so it's all highlighted, and I should be able to soften it and round the shape out. And I think what I've tried to show you also in the past, a good way to evaluate how your shape is coming is then come back and click on the shadow element and turn on the light and shadow feature, and you can click and drag the lighting so it travels around your surface. This is the month, the date, so I might change that and come back and do this, and you can get a good idea of if there's any anomalies or things. I can see a little triangular shapes right down in this area, and additional smoothing could take care of that. So I might try doing that. You have to be careful. Again, you can over smooth and get some strange shapes and patterns to show up as well. So anyway, once you use your SketchUp automatic tools, and if something doesn't complete, often if you just go back and try to fill it in manually, you can complete the shape and have the successful end to your design you're working on. Okay, that's it for this one.